And I'm Simon Editor Mike Rogers here at the desk. A dangerous high-speed chase of burglary suspects from the San Fernando Valley. How it all ended, that's ahead.
And we want to get back to our breaking news. A chaotic scene in downtown LA as a car crashes into a tree on the sidewalk of the busy street, leaving several people hurt.
CBS LA's Luzdelia Caballero live on the scene for us following the investigation. And Luzdelia, you spoke with witnesses.
Spoke with witnesses, and immediately after they ran to render aid to those who were hurt. Since then, this sidewalk has been cleared of a lot of debris, lots of flowers that went absolutely everywhere. You can see significant damage there on the tree.
Emiliano, no chases. We had one earlier, but not right now. Oh, right, because of the State of the Union.
Person was hit by a car before it slammed into that tree you saw there on San Julian Street near 8th Street. Later, you see people surrounding that person to help him out. An employee of Lupita's Flowers recalling the moment of impact. Take a listen.
I thought a trailer tipped over or something. I went running outside and there was a boy on the floor. His mom was crying, screaming, there was blood.
We also spoke with a woman who says her husband was behind the wheel. Allison Brown says he was on his way to drop off lunch at her work when he crashed.
He was making a left turn on his way to school.
Hoping for what, Emiliano? You want another chase? Excuse me while I drink my coffee.
He lost control of the vehicle, and that's how he slammed into that tree.
And at this point, she has given us an update saying he may have several broken bones, but they are still running some tests. We also know, according to LAFD officials, 5 people were taken into the hospital. Their condition currently unknown, and of course, the cause of this crash still under investigation. Reporting live in downtown Los Angeles, Luzdelia Caballero, CBS LA.
All right, Luzdelia, thank you.
Okay, well now, oh no, why? Oh, just ridiculous.
Crashing into a high-speed chase of a burglary suspect from the San Fernando Valley and into the Westlake District.
CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers is here at the desk with new information from police about the people inside that car.
Yeah, you know, Juan and Amy, I just talked to LAPD's Devonshire station. They're the ones that initiated this pursuit after the suspects were allegedly seen on a Ring camera trying to break into a home in Granada Hills. Well, tonight the LAPD tells me that it is possible these suspects are wanted for more than just this burglary today. We'll show you the video here because it was certainly a wild pursuit as LAPD Devonshire units tried to keep up with the suspect blowing down the 5 freeway on the southbound side. This is when it was in Glendale. You can see speeds in the 80s here as he weaves in and out of traffic. There are 3 people inside of that BMW up on the shoulder here as the pursuit suspects tried to get away from law enforcement. At one point, LAPD had tried to get CHP involved, but then the car got off on the surface streets. Look at that, narrowly missing cars as he goes through that red light. Wrong side of the road here, only to get trapped and realize they have to come back in because of oncoming traffic. Rampart units right behind him when he does this. Crashes right into the side of that red car. Almost looked like it was intentional, but then we see the driver get out, 2 rear passengers get out. Everybody scatters, runs in different directions. One passenger stays right there, gives up. The other passenger taken into custody pretty quick. This is the driver who was actually able to make it pretty far away from where the chase ended. He had some good legs on him. Then we saw LAPD going through a bag that he dropped, and it appears they were picking up some very large Ziploc bags that were on the sidewalk. I just talked to LAPD to try to confirm what may exactly have been in those bags that they say they're still looking into it. As soon as we have some more information, guys, we'll be sure to let you know. But now burglary detectives from Devonshire Station are trying to figure out just how many burglaries this group of people may be involved in. We know it's a big issue in the San Fernando Valley.
All right, Mike, thank you. Now to tragedy in Beverly Grove, an elderly man who came to the U.S. to build a better life for his family dies in a house fire.
His 85-year-old wife, though, did manage to escape. CBS LA's Jeff going live in the neighborhood where he spoke with neighbors. Jeff.
Juan and Amy walk around this home and you will notice a number of iron bars sitting on the ground. There's a step that is leaning against that wall right there, and then more resting between those 2 windows. In addition, there's a metal gate at the front door, which meant firefighters had to make forced entry to get inside this morning. Not much is left at this Beverly Grove home following a deadly fire that broke out around 4 Tuesday morning. Rabbi Yossi Dalton lives next door.
I looked out the window, we saw a tremendous amount of flames
The fire department says a couple, both 85 years old, lived here. The wife was able to get out of the burning house when firefighters arrived. The husband was still inside. Firefighters were able to get him out, but he later died at the hospital.
He was really a special man, and his wife is a very sweet, caring lady.
Dalton says the husband was born in France and at one point a member of the Israeli army. He didn't interact with his neighbor often, but when he did, the man shared great stories and life lessons.
He was resilient. He came here from a different country, and he built a life for himself.
Jonathan Owens lives across the street. He would see his neighbor from time to time.
He's a super nice guy, real social.
You two, anybody have any questions for us while we're
Owens says
going
he
through
watched
things right
his
now?
husband watering the grass or running to the couple at the nearby grocery store.
He's pretty fit. I've seen him and his wife taking walks.
Paramedics took the wife to a hospital to treat her for smoke inhalation. Dolphin, who's a rabbi at Chabad Weho West, says he'll work with his temple to see what resources are available to help the women.
And we're going to make sure that the rest of her life, she has a proper setup to be able to live as much as she can, best as she can.
Firefighters say when they got here, they did not hear the sound of smoke alarms. They were able to retrieve a few of the husband's belongings, and coming up at 5, we will let you know what they did with those items. For now, we're live in Beverly Grove. Jeff Nguyen, CBS LA.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Mexico returning to calm after the unrest sparked by the killing of cartel leader El Mencho. U.S. citizens are no longer advised to shelter in place except in specific locations. And U.S. government staff are still being told to follow a nighttime curfew and stay in major cities with only essential travel. The situation has left U.S. tourists shaken.
You're like about an hour from going to the airport. It's being here at the hotel, like you don't want to go right now.
It really did look and feel like a war zone, that feeling of what does happen next or what could happen next.
Yesterday was definitely scary. It's like scenes out of a movie.
Sure looked like it. Flights are also returning to normal now, with some airlines adding more flights to make up for the cancellations of the last few days.
Well, Savannah Guthrie released a new video today offering a $1 million reward for her mother's return. She also acknowledged for the first time that her mother may no longer be alive.
Someone out there knows something that can bring her home.
In an emotional new video, the Today Show co-host said her family realizes their mother Nancy Guthrie may no longer be alive, but they still need to know what happened to her. New details are emerging about the suspect in that doorbell camera video outside of her front door. A law enforcement source now confirming to CBS News the masked man appears to have been at her home earlier than February 1st, the night police believe Guthrie was kidnapped.
Anyone that might have information who might have been scared to come forward, what if it implicates me? Right. So she's saying, don't worry about that. Any information, there's a reward.
Well, at this point, there is still no suspect or suspects that have been identified as the search continues into week 4.
Amy, Kaiser nurses are back to work after a historic strike. About 31,000 healthcare workers, in fact, in California and in Hawaii, walked off the job 4 weeks ago, demanding better pay, staffing, and better working conditions. Negotiations recently made some progress, leading union leaders to end the strike. Kaiser offered a 21.5% wage increase, calling it competitive. While no final contract has been signed, both sides remain optimistic.
Well, winter warm-up is on across SoCal. We are talking about 80 degrees for the last week of February.
Already feeling it. Meteorologist Evelyn Taft shows us now how long these warm temps will be sticking around at.
All right, there are 12 of you watching on YouTube, and nobody is saying anything, starting to take it personally. Oh, now there's only 11 of you. No questions, nothing about what's going on over here?
All right, thank you. Well, we are following some breaking news from high above a pine tree in Big Bear. Our beloved bald eagle couple, Jackie and Shadow, well, they have laid their third egg of the season.
That's right. It's the first egg of Jackie's second clutch. She previously laid 2 eggs back in January, but their nest was invaded by ravens while the bald eagles were away, breaching those eggs. The eagle couple has raised several eaglets in the past, including Sunny and Gizmo last year. So no doubt the world will be watching once again. We, of course, here at CBS LA will be on eagle watch.
Well, coming up, chased by a coyote.
And a little boy runs for his life during wild moments just outside his home. One family's warning now to neighbors.
Plus, President Trump delivers his State of the Union
Thanks,
address in
Emiliano.
just a couple of hours.
We're on both channels right now, Channel 2 and Channel 9, because of the
Plus, brewing up.
because of the State of the Union that's coming up. So we're doing it on both sides.
A local coffee shop.
I'm not listening to a scanner. I actually am. It's right here in my ear. So I can show you. Who's asked me that? Renee. So right here, this is actually our scanners. So you can, I don't know if you can see what actually read it, but this is LAPD Wilshire Division. It's all computerized right here. Down here is a panel where I can control the audio, because obviously we've got the rest of the studio. So it wouldn't be good to have the scanners blaring into the studio while we're trying to do a newscast. So it all comes from here, and then into my ear. So I'm listening to, right now, LAPD Southeast in my ear. Somebody's pointing a paintball gun in traffic.
President Trump's new global tariff took effect today at 10%, not the 15% he announced earlier. Now, the sudden change has left businesses, investors, and trading partners scrambling. The White House says the 10% rate on all goods not covered by current exemptions will last up to 150 days. Plans to raise it to 15% later. But critics are calling the situation tariff chaos as uncertainty grows worldwide. And in less than 2 hours, President Trump delivers his State of the Union address, and you can see it live here on CBS LA.
That's right. The president facing controversy in several areas, including the economy and ICE raids, but he's expected to play up his accomplishments and his agenda. CBS's Erica Brown is live on Capitol Hill for us with a look at what we can expect tonight. Erica?
Well, Juan and Amy, President Trump is preparing to address a joint session of Congress where he will tout his policies and his during his second term and lay out his agenda at a time where polling shows that the cost of living and affordability are still top concerns for most Americans. The president is also expected to frame messaging for the Republican Party ahead of this year's midterm elections. The White House says the economy will be a major focus of President Trump's State of the Union address.
Hey, two things. One, we have video from those Simi Valley ones, right?
Country to make America more affordable and prosperous.
This speech comes
No, but didn't we cover them?
Supreme Court struck down one
I
of
thought we did.
economic policies sweeping global tariffs, an issue recent polling shows is unpopular with most Americans.
I think the president knows he's in real trouble in the economy.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Excuse me, I didn't mean to yawn in your ear. Ventura County burglary. Let me see.
Call on Democrats in Congress to reopen.
Oh, I don't think we had that. These guys filmed themselves doing it? Oh, that's special. I'm on YouTube, Amy, so I have to be careful with.
Republicans have a far simpler and far superior plan for
Okay, great. It is crazy. I mean, I knew we had. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to go back and look. I'm almost positive we had security camera video of this happening. I didn't realize that they were recording themselves, though. It doesn't say that in the release, though, but I'm sure that's what it is. It's got to be. During the two Webb Ventura Cow burglary. One suspect used a cell phone flashlight to examine. Another acted as a lookout. The third, May 25th, defendants returned to the location and sample wash container. The camera straight pans. Yeah, I'm gonna call DA. I mean, I'm pretty. Who put this out? Oh, Simi Valley Police Department. Let me call Simi. But wait, where did the video come from?
All right, Erica, thank you so much.
You can watch President
Okay, because Simi Valley also put something out too.
CBS 2 LA, Channel 2, and Channel 9. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock.
Well, the Northeast is trying to dig its way out in the aftermath of a blizzard as more rough weather is on the way. Rhode Island, New York, and Massachusetts all got hit hard. More than 3 feet of snow is blanketing towns in southeast Massachusetts, and the cleanup of this week's
What'd you say, 115?
is expected to take days. 37 inches fell on Providence, Rhode Island, smashing a nearly 50.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, they were sentenced. Okay.
Even the plows had trouble. At one point, more than 500,000 customers were without power across the Northeast. New Jersey's governor says more than 90% of outages in her state
Oh, this is the same. All right, the DA's release is the same thing that. Okay, let me call Joey real quick. All right, bye.
Well, another winter system is headed for the Northeast. That could bring several more inches of snow or rain to some areas tomorrow morning.
And as the Northeast deals with dangerous winter
What's going on in East Whittier, Nikki? What are you hearing? Someone said triple homicide.
I have to admit, I almost
Where
feel
at?
a little guilty, especially since
Hey, Joey, it's Mike at CBS LA. How are you? Living the dream, sir. Hey, looking at your press release on the burglary suspects, the video that was attached, I mean, I assume, but I just want to double check. The suspects recorded that video, right? So just so I'm clear, they blacked out the security cameras and then recorded it on their own phone? Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting. All right, cool. I just want to make sure. And 3 of them have been sentenced? Going through it. Okay, how many suspects total? 4? 4. Okay, so 3 have been sentenced and you're waiting on 1 more. Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Bye. Okay, let's go back to this. Nikki Whittier Middle School. Okay, let me know where that's at. Hey, Deputy, it's Mike at CBS LA. How are you? I'm good. Hey, two things. Never mind. Tracy will tell you later. Um, he texted me. He texted me at like 5 a.m. this morning. He was like, "What are you doing awake?" I'm like, "I'm not. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, Maisha was talking to you." And I was like, "No, she wasn't." Anyway, you guys don't have a homicide rollout in Whittier, do you? As far as you know. Got it. Okay, no worries. Just checking. Thank you. All right, bye. All right, Nikki. That was a sheriff's. They don't have any homicide calls right now, but if you give me a better East Whittier Middle School, let me call. I can call Whittier PD too.
Evelyn, thanks. Coming up next at 4, an unsanitary surprise. Sanitation worker gets a big shock when he pops the top of a trash can.
Plus, sanitary cafes, the morbid trend that has people toasting to those who are no longer with us.
Let's go. Thank you.
Bye bye.
We'll be back, YouTube.
Okay, this is when they leave me, and I'm just alone in the studio, just me and you, YouTube. Dez is still in Chopper Emiliano, but we are not up anymore because nothing's going on. So something happens, we'll pop up. We almost popped him up for a pursuit, but it ended pretty quickly, so there was nothing to fly to. Oh, now we are coming up. We're going to Redondo Beach for a possible crash involving a semi-truck. So we'll see what that works out to be, but that's where we're going right now, is Redondo Beach. Hello. This is Matt. He's our one of our digital producers.
I don't want to give the other people our story though.
Then you should probably wait.
But it's a good story.
Yeah, or
think you'd like
slack it to me.
Yeah, I'll suck it too.
Yeah.
Bye, chat.
Also got a stabbing 115 East 3rd Street.
So here is a bucket of water that's captured some rainwater. Looks like it's been sitting for a while because we see some mosquito larvae wiggling in here.
Pest inspectors out making rounds say the combination of recent storms followed by warm weather is a
What's the location you got?
mosquito breeding.
We are seeing 5 times as many mosquitoes at this time of year over the 5-year average.
Gotta be, there is citizen video.
There's a lot of mosquito breeding going on right now.
Orange County Vector Control says the birth of the itchy insect is quick. Egg to mosquito happens in a week, and it only takes a capful of water to act as the breeding ground.
Citizen video is not very good. I mean, it just shows police blocking traffic. I don't see a semi or pedestrians, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Common places are plant saucers, buckets, and flower containers that don't fully drain, like this one, with hundreds
No, negative. They're their own fire department.
running LA Vector Control has been inspecting the pool in the backyard of his home in Garden Grove for the past couple of years, and they're
Oh, you're talking about in the second video?
to check for the presence of mosquitoes. They did find them, so what they're going to do now is toss tablets into the water to
So it's also at 245.
Pest experts want people to scour their yards for containers of water that fill during recent rains and dump them at least every 7 days.
Terrible news going into summer, because the mosquitoes, the more that are out there now, exponentially, there's gonna be that many more later. So we really have to focus in and get rid of that water wherever we can.
In Garden Grove, Michelle Geely, CBS LA.
Hate to see them so early. Well, coming up at 4:30, a community on alert.
A coyote caught on camera chasing a boy in front of his home. Look at this. A wild close call that has neighbors now looking over their shoulders. Mike?
Hey Juan, here at the desk, we're learning new information about a lawsuit filed by former LAFD Chief Kristen Crowley. Why, she says, the city and specifically Mayor Karen Bass are now retaliating against her. That's at 4:30.
It's a coffee shop born out of grief. How a young man in Long Beach is honoring the life of his late girlfriend killed in a DUI crash in a new shop called Ring.
Omar, what's up? How are you? Good to see you on YouTube.
That was Harry.
Or add the cottage cheese to them.
Yeah, I just realized. It's all in that first row when you come into the market.
I'm constantly buying it because I've seen you so much of it, but I'm doing better now without, unfortunately, so I'm just doing salads.
What I can't do is but I can have ice cream alone. Not connected to anything.
I didn't know I could do several, that's all, and now I'm like, okay, I'm hungry, like, I need a little vanilla snack.
Yeah. It's always in stock. President Trump's tariffs hitting a breakfast staple for Americans will now be hit with a 35% tariff that we want out of it.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Now at 4, a family's close call with a coyote. The wild animal chased a 3-year-old boy down his driveway Monday in Pasadena in broad daylight. No one was hurt here, but the frightening encounter was caught on security camera video.
CBS LA's Jasmine Viola is live in Pasadena, and Jazz, you spoke to the mom about this scare?
Yeah, I did. And Amy, you know what? They see coyotes, but nothing like this. And this is an encounter that happened in the middle of the afternoon when
Oh, thanks, Omar. We appreciate that.
it was right about here. A little
Okay, so right now Jasmine is doing her story, and then I think I'm right after. Let's see where we're at here. So this screen right here is where I'm able to see the rundown and see what's coming up and where we're at. So we have Jasmine, two other stories, and then my story. And my story is, you may have heard me tease it, is about former Fire Chief Kristen Crowley is suing the city of LA, claiming retaliation after she was removed over her handling of the Palisades fire. Remember, there was this huge, big public back and forth between the fire chief and Mayor Karen Bass at the time about lack of resources for the LAFD, equipment that was out of service, personnel that wasn't hired, a bunch of different issues. The mayor ultimately removed her. Nothing.
Encounter happened Monday afternoon on Tamarack Drive in Pasadena.
I don't know if he was chasing him, wanting to bite him, wanting to see what he had in there, looking for food,
Ended up being older.
but it was scary.
How big was the coyote?
It ended up being old or what?
It was that big? Wildlife experts say there's about another month left in coyote mating season, but they say that doesn't make them more aggressive, just more visible during daylight hours.
Hey, user 56457, is that the one on 3rd Street? We were just listening to that.
To establish their territory, make sure that no other coyotes in
Okay.
neighboring territories want to start like inching into their habitat.
Copy. While he's up anyway, I'm gonna have him swing by that stabbing on 3rd Street real quick.
Aggressive coyote would be
Yeah.
lunging at you when that's burying your teeth.
Hey, Chopper, since you're coming up anyway, let's go to 115 East 3rd Street, 115 East 3rd Street for a possible stabbing.
Healthy, beautiful, probably young coyote.
Negative 115 East 3rd, 115 East 3rd.
I don't really want him venturing out and like playing up there in the trees, which is sometimes he goes and he climbs.
A close call caught on camera and a reminder for families to stay alert even in daylight.
I respect coyotes, we share the land with them, but I don't want them in the gate.
We do share the land. Now, Aida thinks there might even be a den nearby because she has seen so many coyotes. So wildlife experts say these coyotes are just not as afraid of humans as they should be. So try to make yourself as unattractive as possible. Put away the trash, put away the pet food, shake a can of rocks to scare them away. And the Pasadena Humane Society just stopped by and gave Aida this, a stick with a bunch of sparkling tassels at the end to wave at any coyotes her or little Saul may see. Live here in Pasadena, Jasmine Beal, CBS LA.
Whoa.
Well, it's dropped two donuts on the streets of Pasadena, and police filed charges against this driver. Pasadena police now warning that spinning in uncontrolled circles is dangerous and can lead to expensive road damage. The person in this video has been charged with reckless driving and vandalism to city streets, and his vehicle is impounded.
A dramatic end to a high-speed pursuit in Claremont.
Yeah, please. I'll make a call on it in just a second.
Freeway exited into a restaurant parking lot. This happened just before 2 a.m. CHP says the pursuit hit 100 miles an hour in the eastbound lanes of the 10 freeway. Investigators say the suspect tried to get off the freeway at Indian Hill Boulevard in Claremont.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to do our story right now here,
Suspect ran away, but
right after this video.
Former LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley is now suing the city over her removal from the top job at the LAFD. She lost her spot, you may remember, after a public dispute with Mayor Karen Bass over her handling of the Palisades fire.
And assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now for us. Mike, this is a retaliation.
It is a retaliation lawsuit, and it has just as much to do with what happened right after her removal as what Crowley says in this lawsuit is happening today. Now, you remember the mayor and the fire chief had a very public outing during all of this where the fire chief repeatedly made claims that there wasn't enough staffing. The mayor then made claims that she didn't prepare enough for this fire, ultimately removing her from her position. Now, according to city charter, the fire chief, which she did, could take a lesser position, and that's where we get into some of the retaliation efforts that the fire chief is claiming here. I want to jump into my computer because I've actually got the lawsuit pulled up, and I want to talk about this. In April 2025, the city, she says, declined to place Crowley in a vacant position as a deputy chief, despite her qualifications and her expressed interest in serving in such a position. They say she has been demoted actually now 3 ranks as a result of what happened following the Palisades fire, and that is where they are getting this allegation of the mistreatment and the retaliation. Now, they say since March 2025, the city has demoted her or shuffled her position 3 times into numerous positions with the apparent purpose, they say, of isolating her, removing her from her ability, and all of that. Meanwhile, they say she has not treated other LAFD command staff who made the deployment decisions on January 7th or responsible in the same way. Now, because of that, she believes she's being retaliated against. Not only did she says in this lawsuit in April 2025, they declined to place her in that role of another deputy chief. She says that position came up again a second time, and again, she was denied that, forcing her to move 3 ranks down, be demoted 3 ranks down. Tonight, a mayor's spokesperson is sending us a statement. We'll show it to you. It says, in part, quote, "There is nothing new here. Ms. Crowley was removed from her post for her failure to pre-deploy and her decision to send 1,000 firefighters home instead of keeping them on duty on the morning the fires broke out. This lawsuit has no merit." That is a senior advisor for the mayor sending us that statement. And again, according to this lawsuit, the former Chief Crowley and Mayor Bass disagree on that number about the 1,000, and the chief insists here that she was raising the red flag, so to speak, about the issues staffing and equipment-wise within the LAFD for months prior to the Palisades fire, and says now she's being retaliated against. So now, guys, it'll go to court.
Okay, we'll see what happens when that happens. All right,
Yep.
Mike, thank you. The first major event of the NFL offseason is now officially underway.
Jamil joining us with what's happening right now in Indianapolis. Jim?
Somebody's following Code 6 Charles. Stand by.
Scouts have been working hard pro and college, really to set the boards in both areas.
Cudahy and something. I don't know where that is. Hang on.
The upcoming free agency and then obviously the draft is followed. So there's a lot of targets out there, positions of need, positions of depth. So trying to be active in both aspects.
It's Hollenbeck. It's not Newton. It's, hey, let me get it. It's you got a PD ship over the 110 in Exposition. It originally came out as a Code 6 Charles, which it could be a 211 GTA. What frequency are you on, Newton? Okay, copy. Yeah, it's Hollenbeck units. We're hearing it on a couple different places. Came out as a Code 6 Charles suspect, but it definitely could be a 211. That could be what the Code 6 Charles is. Airship is now circling, though, near... yeah, they're initiating a traffic stop. This may be over. And you mean O2 frequency? That's where you heard the 211 GTA?
It sure does. Jim, thank you very much.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Next, robbed on the road.
Yeah, the strategic way a couple of brazen thieves ambushed a local truck driver on the road. What's this?
This is a cruiser that we're power.
Loaded water, the new drink trend on social media that has dietitians weighing in on hydration habits.
Just north of Exposition Park right now.
Nobody wants to drink plain water.
I used to drink out of a hose.
So we're going to a following of a Code 6 Charles, so it's a wanted felony suspect. We're hearing it may be a Grand Theft Auto, but we're trying to figure that out.
Okay. And the auto is the one he's in?
I don't know. So the Code 6 Charles likely means it's not a fresh. No. Let's continue south. Sorry, they're trying to traffic stop, but the airship's still working its way south, so I don't think he's stopped just yet. Yeah, but I still have that airship working to the south, and they're saying call Liss Avenue. Give me the numbers again. $4736. I'm screwing this up. I'm listening to different things. Sorry about that. There's another airstrip by USC. Negative, Des. I'm sorry. You were right to keep moving east. The thing I was looking at USC is something different. That's my fault. Yeah, 3rd Street. I'm just gonna have him go to the stabbing since the sun's over. I'm on with LAPD. Yeah, Ephraim.
Okay.
What? Don't know what. Hollenbeck? Well, are you talking about Hollenbeck? What are you talking about? Although they're in a following of a code 6 trial suspect. Who is it? Northeast? Rampart. But they're code 6 now, right? Okay. As long as it's not moving though. Central was 100 block of 3rd Street for a stabbing. Okay, copy. I'm on with LAPD now.
Well, in Chino, 2 suspects are in custody after a commercial truck driver was ripped
Beautiful.
off
And then they're code 6 on Rampart.
at an intersection. Okay, so the driver watched as 2 vehicles positioned
Okay, cool.
themselves in front
Thank you.
and behind his
All right.
truck. Police say the
All right, yeah, they cleared here. You can get out of here, Des. Following is code 6.
Suspects took off running while another got in a van. Officers tracked the van and
Anything else for him?
a high-risk traffic stop on the 60 freeway. 2 people were arrested. Officers recovered.
Yeah, I think that's what we were listening to. I think it's yeah.
An unsuspecting sanitation worker got quite the scare in Ohio when he popped the top of a trash bin. He didn't find trash, but a person inside hiding from police. Officers say it all started when the suspect ran from a traffic stop. Dashcam video catches the moment the worker lifts the lid on the trash can and then starts pointing at the man inside. The guy gets out and starts running. The police were able to catch him.
Copy, no problem. And okay, what I was listening to, or what I was, yeah, there were 2 followings going on the same time. So there is still a following over near USC. That's on Rampart frequency. That's the 211 GTA you were listening to, and that's right in front of BMO Stadium right now.
Was determined to be impossible here. The UH-60 Black Hawk air crew had to perform a daring
Copy. And it's a silver vehicle working on a make model.
were able to lift up the injured hiker and rescuers from the rugged terrain. Hiker was then flown to a trauma center and is now recovering.
Well, still ahead, turning tragedy into an opportunity to create community. How a local man is serving up.
Yeah, there's southbound Figueroa.
Plus, toasting spirits, the new bizarre cafe trend that may have guests seeing ghosts.
He's going to be in the Bravo.
Wait, who? Me?
And this is on Rampart frequency, Des.
Cemetery cafe is not a bad idea. Hey, Marco. E567. It's got me in the rundown. Email this ripped. Oh, your chick isn't paid.
Here.
Kevin, you need to, well,
Sounds like they want to make the stop after they get past MLK. Kevin, thanks. So we're doing right now, YouTube. LAPD is in a following. A following is basically when there could be a pursuit, they get a bunch of units together to be in place. That way, if the guy takes off, they're all ready to go. So that's what they're doing right now. They're coordinating it. They haven't tried to stop the car yet, but they've got a helicopter overhead and a bunch of police cars. And this is a Grand Theft Auto suspect. So Desmond is going to try to get some eyes on it for us right now in case it turns into a pursuit. But at this point, it is not a pursuit. Marco, you can hear me? Hey, so we're going to, it's a following of a Grand Theft Auto suspect. It is not a pursuit at this point. Yeah. They've not tried to pull it over yet. It's a silver car, Des, but I didn't catch the make and model.
John Roberts just gave Trump an off-ramp on tariffs he's not taking.
Yeah, there they are, right at that intersection, MLK and Fig, back to your north.
More and more of them have been popping up in the German capital. Some are former
Right there.
crematoriums, funeral parlors, and grave diggers' cottages. The first one in Berlin was found by an actor and gay rights activist. Many of his friends who died in the AIDS epidemic earned one place there. This cafe even has been
Yeah, looks like it. No, do not take it.
Well, a Long Beach man is turning tragedy into an opportunity to create community. He's opened a coffee shop in honor of his late girlfriend who died in a DUI crash 3 years ago. As he tells CBS LA's Raymond Nakano, the process has been a huge human experience.
Their love story began at a coffee shop.
So, guys, really quick, we're over following Grand Theft Auto suspect. They have not tried to pull it over yet, but we're already overhead. So if he takes off, we'll be there. Okay. All right, it's lit up. All right, lit up. No, don't take it. We got to give him a chance to pull over. Yeah, he's yielding.
She was
Yep.
everything to me.
Grief, loss, survivor guilt. Lee remembers feeling it all.
I didn't want a sob story. I wanted to actually build something because this means a lot to me.
While he healed, Lee created a business plan for Rain's Place, a Filipino Vietnamese
Oh, did he take off?
coffee shop.
He took off?
For 3 years, he searched for a storefront.
All right.
But no
He took off, Marco.
landlord wanted to take a chance on a broke 23-year-old.
He took off.
But thanks to his friends launching a crowdfunding campaign, Lee recently got the keys
Let's go.
to 3902 East 4th Street in Malibu.
Okay, we're gonna break away from Raymond Nakano's story here for breaking news. Police in pursuit of a Grand Theft Auto suspect.
Desmond Shaw live in Sky Cal with more for us. Des.
Well, Juan and Amy, it looked like this suspect was going to pull over here in South LA, south on Figueroa now, coming through 43rd Street, but they decided to pull back and take off from officers after looking like they were going to comply. So you see this wrong way driving now as we get into LAX's very sensitive airspace. The suspect already nearly had a collision here, but taking off southbound, police trying to slow down through the intersection. They had a lot of units lined up for this just in case this exact thing happens. They got their helicopter overhead, and we'll see if LAX will be able to accommodate them because we do have quite a few new restrictions actually that we're still all becoming apprised of as far as LAX's already very sensitive airspace. So you see as they are in there, the suspect kind of gets away from us though, but we're taking a look. Grand Theft Auto suspect here southbound on Figueroa with LAPD in pursuit.
All right, Desmond, I know Mike Rogers.
Yeah.
Mike, you've been monitoring this when it was just a following. When did this go from following to full-on pursuit?
About maybe 15 seconds before we took it to air. So we had gotten SkyCal in position to be over this. They'd been following this guy for quite some time. The watch commander did not want to initiate the traffic stop until the suspect was in a less populated area. So they were following him southbound on Figueroa, past USC, past BMO Stadium, and then they got to the point where they passed MLK. And after MLK, that's when they initiated the traffic stop. We were overhead for the entire time. We were overhead before they even tried to pull this guy over. Wrong way. Look at that dangerous driving. Southbound Figueroa from 57th Street here. He's been on Figueroa the entire time we've been overhead. Pulled over, and as Desmond said, we thought this was going to be over. We thought the guy was going to give up, and that was going to be the end of it. And then he didn't. He was pulled over, and then all of a sudden kind of took off and gunned it, and here we are. And I can tell you that we are dealing, as Desmond mentioned, with these airspace restrictions. So Des is still sitting over Exposition Park, and we are just looking at a very long distance down. Oh! Wow, so many close calls.
Too close.
Yes.
Yeah, going against traffic right there. That cyclist seemed kind of confused in the middle of the road about what's like, is this guy going to stop for me or what? And no, he was not going to stop. So
Ooh.
eastbound turn, so we're going to have to try to go east over to the Alameda corridor to see if we can pick this up. Just kind of jog east along with it and see how long we can follow it here. Looks like he's going to want to get on the southbound 110.
It's busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, southbound 110. We know how busy that's going to be. Rush hour here. It's probably going to be pretty congested all the way down to 105. We'll probably just stay. Well, let's see if they're going to stick with it here or get back off the freeway.
That's again.
Yeah, right back off at Florence.
Yeah. Okay, and then right off at Florence. And I'm not sure if this is good or bad because the way the suspect's driving, it could have been going along the right-hand shoulder really fast or something. Chris, if you could just stay right here for a second. Let's see what the kind of squeezing his way through. You see how far away they're getting.
Eastbound.
So off of 71st Street, he's underneath the freeway. This is going to be really tough to see. Let's see if he comes out on this side.
There he is.
Or
Is that him?
Yeah, he's behind the building there. Yep.
yeah, okay, that's the suspect. Kind of picking up speed right now. But yeah, this is tough for us and it's going to be difficult for LAPD's helicopter here trying to deal with LAX. And I don't see any units directly behind the suspect right now either.
This is our second pursuit of the afternoon. The first one was burglary suspects out of the San Fernando Valley. This one, grand theft auto suspects leading police on a pursuit. And Mike, in both of these cases, both very violent drivers.
Yeah, both very aggressive driving. And it was interesting because this guy, again, we were following him prior to the traffic stop and prior to it being a pursuit. And he was following the rules of the road. He was stopping at stoplights and doing all of those things as he kind of weaves his way through here, southbound on Broadway through 75th Street. And then all of a sudden it wasn't that. He even acted like he was going to pull over. Officers got out of their cars, had guns drawn, and then he took off. And so now we've just been going southbound Broadway. We were southbound Figueroa, then he came eastbound onto the freeway after getting on the 110 very briefly. Desmond is looking at this just for perspective from a very significant distance. Again, we're looking at this at Exposition Park, and this guy is almost, maybe a couple of miles from the 105 freeway. So great distance we're looking at this from, and eventually we're going to have to let Des cruise east to get around the airspace to try to get a better visual on this as we're going to be coming out of the Bravo on the south side here. But, so much traffic here, you guys, and you bicyclists, pedestrians, and this guy obviously wrong side of the road into oncoming traffic. Again, a school bus. Look at that.
Incredible. And one of those ground units.
Right there. You got one coming up right behind him.
There we go. Yeah.
There it is.
A couple here. So yeah, we're going to make a decision here pretty close. It's considered on a north-south street. This is the best view that we can get as far away as it is. It's going to be down near the 105 here pretty quickly. So, and then, again, for us, we used to be able to just go down the 110 to catch up with this. We are not allowed to do that at the moment.
Yeah.
We have to go all the way to avoid the airspace completely, go all the way east to Alameda, and then come back down the 105.
Oof.
Just so crazy. And so, all right, I think we're going to make the call now to head to.
Yeah, let's head east.
Yeah, now we got trees in the way as well. So, all right, let me coordinate with my pilot, Chris, and I'll have to get back to you here, guys.
Yeah, no worries. And meanwhile, Luke in the control room, I just want to give our viewers some perspective about where Desmond has to go. I don't know if you can pull my computer up in a box here as we kind of continue to monitor this. I just want to be able to show people, thanks Luke, kind of the situation that we're dealing with here. But this guy is still going south, but now he just made a westbound turn there onto Colden. But he is still way far to the south here, crossing back underneath of the 110 freeway. And this is now we're in the very critical airspace of LAX. So the LAPD helicopter is going to be very unlikely to be able to follow it in here because we are on final approach. LAPD's helicopter is only at 300 feet. You have jets above them coming in at like 1,000 feet and lower. So they're going to have a hard time here. Okay, thanks, Luke. So what you're looking at on my computer here is the radar. So this tail right here, 665's Papa Delta, that is the LAPD ship. Over here, this is SkyCal. So basically what we have to do now, we used to be able to do what the LAPD ship is doing and come down the 110 here. Now because of new flight restrictions, basically this is the Bravo. So we have to go all the way around Alameda down to the 105. So that's what Des is doing right now. They're going to come around and join it right here. We can no longer go down this way. So that's why it's going to take us a second to get down there. LAPD is able to continue down here. But as you can see, you've got these jets that are right on top of the LAPD airship. So when I click on the LAPD airship, they're at 425 feet. The jet just to the north of them is at 1,500 feet. So they're all very, very close together there. So we're still listening. It looks like he went back southbound on Figueroa, which is good because he's going to exit. This is the LAPD ship again. He is going to exit the Bravo. The Bravo LAX airspace ends here at the 105. So we'll be able to get south of there, and then once Dez is able to work his way around Alameda and down to the south there, then we'll be able to join back up with the pursuit. But the good news is if this guy is continuing south on Figueroa, which he is. He's at Figueroa and Imperial here. The LAPD ship is able to stay with him because he did not go west and did not go into that more sensitive airspace for LAX. This is, as you can see here, this is the final approach kind of corridor for these planes that are landing at LAX. So it's a very, very critical airspace. And even law enforcement helicopters struggle to be able to operate in that airspace because of just how critical it is for the incoming jets. We know there has been so much more attention to planes and helicopters that are transiting through this area. So it has become a thing. Now we're eastbound on Imperial, just north of the 105. So hopefully we'll be able to pick him up. We can see where Dez is here. Dez is coming through Huntington Park. So Dez and his pilot Chris doing a great job to work around that airspace. You've got a second LAPD helicopter that's right here on something else, but we're watching this one. This one is eastbound Imperial, and he is just north of the 105 here. His next big major is going to be Avalon. So hopefully Dez is going to be able to catch that pretty soon. I know he's looking for us. And again, it's just this critical airspace with LAX that we're dealing with.
Is there going to be a minute or two, Mike? Should we check with that one tap first in the forecast?
Yeah, Dez probably will be back over about 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to do exactly that.
Yes, and let's check in with our meteorologist, Evelyn Tapp. She is looking at the beautiful 80-degree weather that's sticking around for the rest of the week.
All right, still eastbound Imperial, Dez through Avalon.
Dear they.
Yep, we got him. We got him. We have the chase back.
It's back
Yep.
on Figueroa.
He's on Imperial now.
Imperial.
Oof.
And we're simulcasting.
Hey, we got the chase back. Okay. Did he clip that bus?
Yep. Well, this says Ron. Okay, thanks so much, Evelyn. It's Pat Rudabay right now. We are following this pursuit that is, we've been on for about the last 10 or 15 minutes or so, and we can see that this vehicle is back on surface streets. And I'm going to toss it up to Desmond Shaw to find out exactly where we are now. Des?
Yeah, hey there, Pat and Rudabay. So we're just north of Imperial Highway. The suspect went into the Nickerson Gardens projects there, where I thought they were going to be running out in front, where we've seen a lot of pursuits but that was not the case. He kind of went through there, and now look at the speeds picking up here, 45 miles an hour on this tiny street. This is the alleged Grand Theft Auto suspect that looked like they were going to comply with LAPD right by USD and decided to take off instead. So we've been kind of all around South LA now on the south end of LAX's airspace. We're just south of the 105 monitoring this. This is coming down to Wilmington Avenue. Really, really close call. The suspect has gone through a lot of red lights, a ton of close calls, near T-bone collisions, a couple of close head-on collisions, almost ran over a bicyclist at one point as we crossed underneath the 105. Southbound along Wilmington Avenue. It should now be easier for LAPD's helicopter to engage with the suspect here. We'll take this chance to see if we can see if there's anyone else inside right now. As it's flying by us right now. As we get into rush hour traffic here on a Tuesday, very dangerous situation here in South LA.
Oof.
Really close call right there. And the danger just continues here from Rudabay, Mike.
Well, you're watching CBS LA at 5 o'clock, and another interesting note here, Desmond. This guy, Desmond, and this is their second pursuit in just a few hours.
It is, and this one actually, hard turn there on the right. This one was actually one of those ones where, and we've talked about this before, where it's a following first, where they have eyes on the suspect. They want to get all their ducks in a row. They got a bunch of units behind them. They had the helicopter overhead. They planned everything out before they even tried to pull this guy over. And because we were up in downtown Los Angeles, we came over and were there, and we were overhead this guy before they even tried to stop him. And then at the intersection, they followed him from basically Pico Union, south of the 10, past the USC and past Exposition Park. Once they got on Figueroa, south of MLK, that's when they tried to start the traffic stop. And as Desmond mentioned, he pulled over. The cops got out, had their guns drawn, were giving him commands, and then bolted. And we saw the whole thing go on. So this was a situation where they were ready to be in pursuit if it needed. They even had so much time, in fact, that we heard the watch commander or the supervisor that is on scene here say, okay, secondary, you're going to be less lethal. The third person in the pursuit, you're going to be this and that. So, close. But so they were ready to deal with this if it turned into this, and it has turned into this. And now we're down in Compton, it looks like, Des, yeah? Willowbrook? Oof.
It's a miracle that they haven't crashed already. So many people having to just bail out of the way at the last second. Just imagine how freaky this has got to be for people who have just gotten off work, and this maniac is driving like this all over South LA and Compton streets. We can get kind of a decent look at the suspect right now.
So fast.
75 miles an hour right now. If he collides with anything, it is just going to be a horrific ending for everyone involved.
Well, he has to slow down now, as we can see. But, you know, you had mentioned earlier that he had done that before, and they thought he was going to get out and possibly give himself up, and apparently changed his mind. You know, Mike, I know you said
Yeah.
they were prepared for this, but, you know, what can they do now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they are calling him a carjacking suspect now, so we are gleaning a little bit more. Originally, they called it a 211 GTA, which is a robbery of a car, Grand Theft Auto here, in the bike lane as this guy is really flying. But yeah, I mean, their options, they could try a spike. They could try, you know, a pit could be potentially if he gets down to the low enough speeds. But when we're going 80 miles an hour on surface streets here into this mobile gas station parking lot just to avoid traffic. Yeah, just to avoid traffic there. You know, pit maneuvers would be difficult here. They tried tracking mode, which we've talked about before. Tracking mode basically tries to take the pressure off the guy and makes him think, okay, you know, I'm not being chased. Let me slow down. Let me ease up. They were talking about on the radio how that clearly didn't work. So they were re-engaging in the pursuit here. So they are re-engaging. But look at this. I mean, 80, 90 miles an hour here on surface streets.
And like the fact that this is a carjacking suspect, I mean, sometimes we know a little bit about the suspect. They know who's
Whoa.
Let's see what happens.
It was just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. This is not a sports car trying to take that turn like it was, and it looks like
A woman.
the lady that is out of the vehicle now, trying to walk away. I wonder if she's kind of busted up. It looks like she might be limping a little bit, or if she's just trying to blend in and pretend that she was not the person that just crashed into that tree. But they are going to take her down. LAPD getting the suspect into custody. That was not going to work. The helicopter obviously had perfect visual of that suspect. Just so lucky that this person didn't kill someone else or seriously injure an innocent person in rush hour. Took that turn way too fast. The only casualty is that tree. We'll see if there's anyone else in the vehicle. I don't believe so. This one coming to an end here at Haskins and Malondra in Compton.
You know, Ruth Aver, I think, was going to ask the question. So this has been a carjacking, and now look who is behind it.
Yeah.
Would you have a weapon to force somebody out of the vehicle?
Yeah, it depends. They didn't indicate, you know, how. Sometimes they will consider that bodily force or even threats or fear. They technically, under the law, can be considered a type of weapon here. But we didn't hear anything about a specific type of weapon. But, you know, that's what's hard is when it's a carjacking suspect, even a stolen car, you don't always know anything about the driver, which is what, you know, sometimes they'll come back for later. But if you don't know who the person is, you know, because it's not their car, they'll stick with it a little bit longer. But she slammed into that tree at a decent clip. I mean, that had to have hurt at least a little bit. She got out, limped away over there. So I'm sure the LAFD, or where are we? We're in Compton. Compton Fire will probably come out and just give her the all clear to make sure she can go to jail. But that's really fast, and thankfully she only hit a tree.
That was wild.
Yeah.
So many close calls with vehicles. I was dreading the possibility that we might see pedestrians.
Every intersection just makes you a little nervous.
Also makes you wonder about her condition.
Yeah.
I mean, the state of mind that she's in right now. Then I asked that question about carjacking. You usually don't hear about, I'm just going to say, you don't hear about women carjacking
It's
necessarily.
all these chases we do. It's
People getting out,
yeah. It's more often than not it is men behind the wheel. Yeah.
To see a woman, and she certainly looked rather, I don't know, disheveled or out of sorts.
Yeah.
In a way.
And I think that, and Des, I don't know if you can see the car, if the airbag went off as well, but I mean, if you get running into a tree and then having the airbag pop in your face, that'll certainly, wake you up a little bit once you, collide with something like that.
I'm just looking at how they're handling her.
Yeah.
Right now. They body slammed her because they had to.
Right.
But right now, I don't know, I saw another female officer with her hand sort of on her back,
Yeah, and the female officers will do the search and, see what they find, if anything, on her. But that looks like that's what they're kind of dealing with now. Now, I haven't necessarily heard a request for the fire department, but I would imagine because she was involved in a crash like that, they'll at least have a fire department come out and check her out a little bit.
So apparently, they didn't find anything else in the, well, I guess they're still searching, Jasmine, the vehicle?
Yeah, I mean, they came up really quick and gave her the four fingers code for all clear, so that no one else was in the vehicle. Trying to see if that airbag deployed. I mean, I have to imagine that it would. I mean, it was a pretty serious impact. I mean, fortunately, it didn't, knock the tree over or anything, but set the windshield wipers off. I can't see the airbag deployed, but there's also, kind of a lot of glare there from the sun.
Yeah.
Super jarring. I mean, I think she hit that going 25 or 30 miles an hour, and just in and out of it. Kind of stands there pretty stoically now at this point. I mean, I would be curious to see too if LA City Fire comes to a check on her, but she seems to be okay. Kind of looked like she was limping for a second, but standing there, kind of accepting her fate there with stoicism.
All right, Desmond, thank you. Of course, there are a lot of questions following this, and we will be following up on all of them. But we begin with a chaotic scene in downtown LA after a car barrels into a tree on a sidewalk.
All right, YouTube. Thanks for staying late with us. 5:07 p.m. now. Finish this chase, moving on with the newscast, and we will see you tomorrow.